Around 1700 BCE, in Bronze Age Greece, human hands changed the fate of a wild purple flower. They selected it, protected it, and began producing what we now call saffron. But the new plant carried a strange weakness. It was sterile. It couldn't produce viable seeds, so every future crop would depend on people digging up its underground corms, dividing them, and planting them again. Still, saffron crossed kingdoms, deserts, seas, and continents. Ancient physicians prescribed it. Persian cooks treasured it. Rulers displayed it, while dishonest merchants risked punishment to fake it. How did 3 crimson threads from one fragile flower become the world's most expensive spice? If you enjoy the history hidden inside everyday things, like this video and subscribe, because the mystery behind these 3 threads is beginning to unfold. A single purple bloom gives a grower almost nothing. 3 delicate stigmas weighing only a fraction of a gram. To produce 1 kilogram of dried saffron, farmers may need about 150,000 flowers, gathered during a short autumn harvest. Then comes the slow work. The stigmas are separated by hand and carefully dried before their color, taste, and aroma emerge. 3 natural compounds create saffron's signature. Crocin gives the golden color. Picrocrocin supplies its bitter taste. Saffronol produces the warm, hay-like scent. So saffron's price doesn't come from a marketing story. It comes from scale, fragile material, and hours of human labor. But who first realized those threads were worth saving? The strongest answer leads to the Bronze Age Aegean. Modern genetic studies identify the wild Greek crocus, Crocus cartwrightianus, as the closest ancestor of cultivated saffron, pointing toward domestication in Greece, around 1700 BCE or earlier. Ancient art supports that conclusion.
Wall paintings,
at Akrotiri, a prosperous settlement on Thera, modern Santorini, wall paintings show people gathering crocus flowers. Similar crocus imagery appeared in Minoan Crete. These weren't casual decorations. The flowers were shown being collected and presented in scenes that suggest they carried social, ritual, or medicinal importance.
The mountain erupts.
Then Akrotiri was buried by a volcanic eruption.
Bring what you
Buildings
can.
collapsed,
To the
but
harbor.
ash sealed the paintings away, preserving the flowers for archaeologists thousands of years later. Still, the frescoes can't tell us whether every flower shown was wild or domesticated. They offer a clue, not a record. And while Greece may explain saffron's beginning, another civilization helped turn it into a symbol of wealth.
Unmatched quality.
That civilization was
for the
Persia,
textiles and the
where
remedies.
saffron became more
take
than
it
a
all.
seasoning. It colored textiles, entered remedies, and gave rice dishes the golden color still prized in Persian cooking. Its intense color and small size made it a luxury, valuable, portable, and easy for merchants to carry. Across the Greek and Roman worlds, crocus appeared in perfumes, dyes, food, and medicine. In the 1st century CE, the physician, Dioscorides, included it in De Materia Medica, a work that influenced medical practice widely. Saffron's reputation grew larger than the evidence. Later stories claimed Cleopatra bathed in it and Alexander used it on his wounds. Those accounts are famous, but they aren't secure enough to present as confirmed events. The documented truth is stronger. A flower once gathered in the Aegean had become medicine, fragrance,
2 for the
color,
oil.
food,
That is my final
and status. And because saffron
way
weighed
for the
almost
caravan.
nothing, its next transformation would happen on the road. Dried saffron traveled well, but expanding cultivation was harder. Because the plant produced no viable seed, farmers and merchants had to move living corms into new soil. Across the medieval Islamic world, Persian and Arabic
20
physicians,
dirhams for this
growers,
measure, my friend.
cooks,
A fair
and
price
traders
for such quality.
preserved
I will
saffron's
take
uses and carried them through markets. Its name
جودة
traveled.
هذه الخيوط
English
رائعة.
saffron came through Old
سأخذها
French and
كلها
medieval Latin,
لاستخدامها في
linked to the
المركبات
Arabic
الطبية.
Saffron. In the Iberian Peninsula, saffron took root and became tied to Spanish farming and food. Farther east, it became central to Kashmiri culture, especially around Pampore. But Kashmir's origin stories don't agree. Different traditions credit rulers, merchants, or saints with bringing the first corms. and no secure date settles the argument. One fact is clear: dried threads could be traded anywhere. To create a new saffron field, someone had to carry the living plant and gamble that it would bloom. By the late Middle Ages, that gamble paid well. European apothecaries sold saffron for medicines. Cooks used it to color and flavor rich dishes. Dyers turned cloth brilliant yellow, while perfumers prized its scent. Production expanded through Spain and Italy, then into parts of northern Europe. In England, one Essex town became so associated with the crop that Chipping Walden became Saffron Walden. High prices created a darker trade. Sellers could bulk out saffron with other petals, dyed fibers, or plant material. Buyers were paying for threads easily concealed, so fraud could be difficult to spot. Town authorities and merchant rules answered with inspections and punishments. Yet European saffron farming later declined as trade patterns, tastes, and production centers changed. The flower survived because its value had already taken root far beyond any single kingdom. Today, most saffron is grown far from those English fields. Iran dominates global production, while historic cultivation continues in Kashmir, Spain, Greece, Afghanistan, Morocco, and Italy. Technology can test purity, control drying, improve irrigation, and expose adulteration. But when flowering begins, the harvest still depends heavily on people. Growers move through the fields during autumn, collect the blossoms, separate the stigmas, and dry them before quality fades. That rhythm is under pressure. In Kashmir, rising temperatures and erratic rainfall have contributed to shrinking harvests, threatening fields maintained for generations. Modern researchers are testing improved cultivation and indoor methods. Still, saffron's future repeats the question: will someone decide the flower is worth planting, year after year? For more than 3,000 years, the answer has been yes. Saffron didn't spread by scattering seeds on the wind. It moved in farmers' baskets, merchants' cargo, family fields, and careful hands. Every crop exists because someone chose to protect a corm through another season. Its crimson threads carry the labor of generations who kept a sterile flower alive as civilizations rose and disappeared.
Keeps it alive.
Saffron may be called red gold, but human care, not gold, is why it still blooms. If this story changed how you see saffron, like the video, subscribe, and join us for more remarkable hidden histories.